Good evening, you wonderful people. Talking Town back on a Friday night. We were not doing a show. It was an evening off, and then Town announced. I think I was having a sleep, Craig. I was having a snooze. Woke up. New signing, Axel Tuanzebe. That is how you say it, isn't it, Phil? Good job Gov's not doing it because he's not very good at pronouncing things. But this is Talking Town, by the way. If you've not joined us before, please do hit the like button. Phil, I'm going to give you, what is the like target for this show?
200.
200 likes. Everyone in the chat, smash the like button. Smash the subscribe. We've got a Gov is going to wear a Norwich shirt for Derby week if we hit 6,500 subscribers by probably about December. Is it the 10th, somewhere around there? But yeah, Axel Tuanzebe is in. I've got just a few quotes. I'll start with 25-year-old signed a 1-year deal with an option of a further season after previously working under McKenna. He said him and his team, everyone who knows the manager understands his attention to detail and he wants everything done to perfection. Repetition, consistency, working hard for him is non-negotiable, and I think he's someone, especially for my situation, perfect for what I want to do for the remainder of my career. And then Kieran said, we're really pleased to have Axel at the football club. He's a defender with a lot of experience and pedigree at a young age, a lot of qualities as a player and as a person. He's fast, strong in one-on-one situations, is a good communicator and carries the ball well. We think he will bring a lot to the team and to the club. He has trained well with the group over the last week and will continue to do so. We want to build him up in a sensible way and get him back to his best condition. If we do that, we feel we could have a very valuable asset for the team. We have enjoyed working with him this week and he's enjoyed being with us and part of the environment, getting to know the culture and how we play. Now we are looking forward to getting more work in on the training pitch and integrating him into the team. I should have said, if anyone's watching, they obviously know Phil making his debut tonight. I said I'd send him a message. You fancy coming on? Craig Chapman, the only way is Essex, the only man who sounds more Essex than Ollie Mers. How you doing?
Yeah, good, mate. Thanks. Yourself?
I'm good. What are your thoughts? We'll come to you in a minute, Phil. Keep your powder dry. What are your thoughts on Axel Tuanzebe?
I think first thoughts are it's the potential to be an excellent signing. And I think he's in a position as well that I think we was all worried when the window closed that we hadn't strengthened that position. So, yeah, my first thoughts are if we can, I think everyone has said it online and you've seen the comments, the big question is, can you keep him fit? So if we can keep him fit, which we've done with Luongo now, he's played a sort of good batch of games now since when he came into the team, February time. I think it's an exciting acquisition to the squad for the rest of the season.
I think that's the main thing, Phil. If you look at Max's comment there, given that Kieran McKenna haven't got much wrong since he came in the door, I trust him completely when he thinks Axel will stay fit. That is the main. I put a tweet out, and that's the main thing, Phil, that people came back with is fantastic signing if he stays fit.
I think I trust McKenna too. Obviously, I've mentioned that before, and obviously I trust his decision-making process too. I don't think he would have signed a player that's is not ready, is not fit, would not fit into this current batch of players that we've got at the moment and the way that they're playing. This for me is a real coup, by the way. I think that we've signed potentially excellent player who has got experience of winning promotion out of the Championship. He did it with Aston Villa. He's captained the Manchester United teams at every youth level, including the senior team. And with the experience that he's got, even at a young age of 25, I don't think he's got too much to prove. I think that if he does stay fit, which I'm pretty sure that he will, we are sort of now starting to see, I think, a team that's capable of challenging definitely, for promotion to the Premier League.
Joey, thanks very much. Yeah, I don't look right with our beard. Don't worry, it will be coming back. Just had a little trim today. It's a bit too hot. But, yeah, look, he's for someone of 25, Craig, he's not played a lot of football. I think he's played 90 career games. Like, he made his debut United in 2016, I think Mourinho, I see a quote from Jose Mourinho saying he's seen him in a friendly at Wigan, played for 10 minutes, and that was enough. And he knew he was going to be a class player. So he's had a lot of injuries. Let's not beat around the bush. 37 first team appearances, youngest captain at Man United, 21 in the EFL Cup. But I think when you look out there, and I see Mike D in the chat there a little bit earlier, and he messaged me earlier. If he's fit, and I know we're going back to that word if, he is the best defender in the Championship, Craig.
Yeah, I won't argue with that. But like you said, you've got to keep him fit. And I think McKenna and Ashton, they wouldn't be signing him if you look at his injury record. I've got down here a few that he's had a metatarsal fracture, hip injury, thigh muscle strain, ankle. They're all different sort of injuries. So he's not like he's plagued by a certain type of injury.
Yeah.
He could be unlucky. So maybe they've looked at his fitness and he's ready to go. So I think he mentioned in the interview he has only been training alone. So I don't know if I wouldn't say he's probably ready to come in straight away. I don't think you're going to see him potentially. We've got Sheffield Wednesday next. He might make the bench. He might make the bench. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know actual like match fitness wise how fit he is.
Yeah, he only played I think 5 games last season. He was at Stoke. Obviously, you watched the full interview, didn't you, Phil, on Town TV? So for the people out there who might not have watched it, just give us a little sort of flavour of what Axel's saying. I see that there's a short interview available if you're not a member. I think 5 minutes. So I thought he spoke really well, but just give us a little flavour of what he sort of went into on the video.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I've literally just finished watching the video before the program this evening. I think there was a lot of emphasis on his leadership capability, and I'm saying the sense that I got from it was the fact that he could be a potential replacement for Sam Morsey. Now we've got, I think, the African Cup of Nations this season coming up in January.
Yeah, so there's that, and then there's the Asia Cup also because you got Cameron Burgess as well, Phil.
Right, I would say that I think that would fit in very well with the schedule. I mean, there was a lot of emphasis on his leadership capabilities, the reasons why he signed for us, and I think most of all, I think that what came across really in the interview is that he's seen a group of players that has the capability of challenging for promotion to the Premier League, is what I got from it. I mean, he mentioned the Cardiff game. He watched the Cardiff game. I think he was at the Cardiff game, and he was impressed with the team coming back from 2 goals down that they did. The emphasis, he also mentioned about working hard for each other. It's not about any one individual, rightly so. And obviously, so far with the few games that we've had this season so far, I think the team has shown that they do work hard for each other, and we are where we are because of the games we won and the goals we scored. And I think that a player such as his caliber, when he's fit, when he's fully fit, slotting into that back line is going to provide an extra dimension of leadership as well.
Talking of dimensions, right? Phil doesn't know this, everybody, and MB ITFC is on there. Look, he's got a world record. Now, people in the chat might know what this world record is for. Craig knows what it's for, and I know what it's for. Don't nobody comment yet. I'll allow you one guess, Phil. What world record does he hold? This is unbelievable.
Oh God, is it something to do with captaining Manchester United?
Not to do with football. Not to do with football.
So it's outside of football. Damn it. I don't know. I say scratch my head. Tiddlywinks.
What?
Whoa,
that is actually look. That's a good guess. Right.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's not. It isn't. Ashley puts in the chat there. Hungry Hippo's champion. July 2018,
brilliant!
Right. July 2018. Phil. He was on the Man United tour in LA. He broke the Guinness World Record for the fastest time to individually clear a game of Hungry Hippos. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
This is just what a signing. I mean,
look,
the away days are going to be great on the bus. Surely someone will bring that along, won't they? Hungry Hippos.
Can I just say, I just hope his ball dribbling skills are going to be as good as his Hungry Hippo skills.
Well, let's hope so. There was, I see ITFC going back in the chat there, Craig. Let me find it. ITFC Mad, talking about fitness. Now, he says we have a top medical team. They will manage the process to keep him fit. And I think he's bang on there. And you mentioned Luongo, didn't you, about when he came in? Obviously, didn't have a great record, but I think loads of things have changed at Town since obviously the new owners that came in. But obviously now with Kieran and his coaching staff, the medical team, we don't get many people who are like long-term injuries. And if we do, it's like Luongo, not had an injury, touch wood so far. So I'm really hoping that they can get him on some program and we see the best of him on the football pitch, because he's a Premier League player, Craig, without no doubt. And Mike D said there a few couple of minutes ago in the chat, we could be a stepping stone. If we don't go to the Premier League, you know, this could be a stepping stone for him, because he's obviously signed for 12 months, isn't he? And then you've got that extension at the end.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think that it wouldn't surprise me if it was similar to Luongo at the start of his sort of return to Town, where we was all sitting there going, where is he gone? He's obviously he signed in obviously in January, and we didn't see him, did we, for a good few weeks? And this could be the same thing where he's not up to fitness, and we've just got to sit tight. But long term, he's got he's got the potential to be a fantastic signing.
Great comment there. The Pride of Villa. Welcome in. Hit the like button, Pride of Villa, if you want. Hit subscribe. It would help us. Just seen Axel signed on with your club. Can honestly say he would be a great addition to your squad. Would have definitely signed him at Villa when we had the chance. He's done 3 loans there, didn't he, Phil, at Villa?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Yeah. I think for me, you know, this for me is a real coup, and I think this is probably the sort of player that most Town fans have been waiting for all summer long to sign. You know, they've been waiting to see, you know, how many millions we were going to spend on a transfer of a marquee player, either it would be a striker or a centre back. And yes, okay, the window has been, you know, somewhat underwhelming for probably most Town fans, but I think for me, if somebody's going to tell me this sort of transfer window we were going to sign, say, a Premier League player who has the pedigree and quality to help this team get into the Premier League, I would have snapped your hand off. I think it's been disappointing that we haven't managed to capture that, you know, marquee sort of striker signing that everybody has kind of wanted McKenna, to get. But I think for me this is a real step in the right direction. And if injuries do kick in and suspensions kick in, you know, I think we're now kind of well covered at that back. It'd be interesting to see now what happens to the likes of Baggett. And
who does that? Right, just touching on that, because who do you think that pushes down the pecking order? For me, Phil, I don't know what you think. I think it pushes George Edmondson down.
I agree. I'd say I've seen every game so far this season, as you know. And when I've seen Baggett play, when he played against Bristol, he played very well. And obviously when he played, at Reading, he had an excellent game there, despite the obviously early mix-up early on. And, I would be really sad to see him go out on loan. You know, I wouldn't want him to go anywhere now. I think that I would like to see him stay within the group of players, stay within the squad. And, because, at some point, Town, let's say, they're probably going to come out of the League Cup at some point, sadly. And when that does, it's going to be a case of those players, stepping up, fighting competition to, win a place in the starting 11. And I think that's obviously going to be, something that's going to be important for us, that every player is going to be on it. When they're called upon, they're ready to go. And when they do come into the starting 11, they're going to give a really good account of themselves.
I think if you're looking in the chat there, Craig, there's a lot of, like, we said, who's he going to come in for? A lot of people saying Edmondson, a lot of people saying Burgess. Now, for me, when you look, I don't know if anyone's seen I think I shared it on my Twitter, the clip of when he played against PSG. He's played against Mbappe, right? And he's matching him for pace, and he had a great game. Now, if you look at them clips, he's playing on the right-hand side. He's a right centre-back. He can play right back. He can play holding midfield, Craig, which I doubt that he's going to play there, in an injury crisis maybe. So is it a case of, once he's fit, is it Wolfenden's place he takes, or is it Burgess?
I think, obviously, yeah, but you look at Brandon Williams, who's a left back, and I think predominantly, surely he's going to play right back. I can't see him dropping Davis. So I personally think Burgess is the one more at risk, because I think Wolfie, this season, some of the games he's been brilliant. I think we said after the Stoke game, I think it's the best I've seen him play in a town shirt.
Yeah.
And I think it's his overall distribution on the ball as well, with the way that we play. I think Wolfie he's very good on the ball. He's very calm on the ball. We've mentioned about his cushioned headers before. He doesn't just head it. He's always trying to pick out someone with a header. As soon as Burgess on the hammer, and I think that's the one aspect of his game that does potentially let him down. I think we've seen it at home the last couple of games where he does give the ball away very cheaply on a simple pass. So I would say if you're looking at when he's fit, he's going to come into the team. I would probably say in this moment in time, I'd say Burgess is more at risk than Wolfie.
So are you shifting Edmondson over? Not Edmondson, Wolfenden over to play that left centre back?
Yeah, potentially he might do that. Yeah, because then you've got the link up with Williams and I've got to try and say it now. Tuanzebe on that. I mean,
obviously they'll know each other from United.
Yeah, so they've got a connection there. So that's potentially. You might have Wolfie might come left, and then you've got Davis. So I think we just got to wait and see. But I think
Mike, the fisherman, he's got a fair point there. What has Burgess done wrong? And he hasn't done anything wrong. But this guy, right? He's not fit in a minute. As soon as he's fit and match fit, he will come into the starting 11. Now, he'll take someone's place, and fans will have their opinion, Craig, and it'll be probably won't sit well with everybody. But that's football, and if you want to move up the ladder and get better, this guy, he's a Premier League footballer.
Yeah, but I also think you need to look at it as well. Maybe he's not done anything wrong, but the makeup of the team isn't quite right. We've shit goals. You look at the last 3 games, we've conceded, what was it? Obviously 2 at Cardiff. It was, 4 at home to Leeds and 2 at Reading. It's 8 in 3 games. So we are shipping goals. And we are giving up chances. Even like we said at QPR, we come away with a 1-0.
Yeah.
Probably was lucky to come away with 1-0. We gave away some good chances. And even at Sunderland at times,
Keith Dono says there, boys, 3 at the back. I don't see him changing to play 3 centre backs. Phil, do you?
Not really. No. I think that, like I've just meant, for me, the starting 11 is a settled 11, and the formation and the tactics that he's, played in the first few games of the season, for us at the moment, it's working. Regardless, okay, we are starting to ship goals, like Craig's mentioned. That it is a worry, it is a concern. If we are going to do well this season, we need to firm up at the back. But why would we change something that's not broke? It's kind of like a winning formula at the moment. So you wouldn't want to really sort of mess around with it.
I said to you earlier, Andy Barrell says there in the chat, Craig, he says Frank, I think that means Frank from Holland, who we have on, said yesterday he was playing in the behind closed doors friendly. I mentioned that, and I wondered if he was playing in that West Ham game, because obviously no one was allowed in. Jesse Lingard, by the way, was playing for West Ham, Craig.
Yeah.
A little run around. So I would have thought it would have probably made sense if he got even half an hour in that game for them to have a look at him yesterday.
Well, for me, if he's playing in that friendly, he's got to be fairly fit.
He's been training on his own, I think, hasn't he, Phil? You said.
Yes, he mentioned that in the interview. He said they are obviously Andy Warren was doing the interviewing, and he just asked him about the pre-season he's had, where he's been at this summer, and he just basically said, "I've just really been training on my own. I've just been on my own this summer, and it's been weird." He said. So as soon as he gets fully fit, fully training with the squad, then yeah, happy days. But at the moment, I don't think him training sort of on his own, maybe in isolation, is a thing to be concerned with, or it's going to bother it. It probably won't. But I think with some of the things that he was saying in the interview, he'd been speaking to McKenna and the club since the beginning of this summer. So sort of around sort of May, June time, he kind of opened a dialogue with the club. And I mean, say right now, I'm a little sort of, it's kind of like it hasn't really kind of settled in yet. Hasn't really kind of hit home that we've got a player of that caliber. It's a coup. It's a coup that we've got a player like that in our team, certainly in the Championship. But I think that with the other clubs that he's been linked with, I mean, say 2 other Premier League clubs and a La Liga club reportedly. And what came for me also, the positivity that he mentioned, that, you know, Kieran's links with Manchester United was kind of an important factor for him, that he's working with a manager that he's previously known, that comes with a big reputation, the ambition of the club, the ambition of where McKenna wants to be. And I know that you mentioned previously that we don't exactly know what McKenna's ambition is this season. I think that probably maybe from more of a psychological point of view, that, look, we all kind of know, it's kind of like a worst kept secret that we know that he wants to win promotion to the Premier League. And I think that, you know, I think that Axel's going to fit right in pretty well
Matt Phillips says, Craig, I think Craig beats me in the Essex accent stakes. That's Baz Vegas for you.
Yeah, he's not far away. Chelmsford's only 10 minutes down the road.
Well, there you go. It's interesting when you look at Kieran. Obviously, he hadn't signed no one with any links to sort of his former clubs, and then the last 3 signings, you've obviously got Axel today, Brandon Williams, and you've got also Dane Scarlett when he was at Tottenham, Craig. So he's going back to, well, maybe he couldn't attract them type of players, obviously, when we're in League One.
Definitely.
Obviously, you're moving up the ladder now. Do you see that being sort of a theme that continues?
Potentially. There's nothing wrong with it. At the end of the day, these clubs, the likes of Man United, Tottenham, have got good players. And if he can use his connections to pull these players in, then, yeah, why not? It works. So, like you said, now we are at a level where obviously we probably can, it's easier to attract these sort of players. But then I think we found through the window that you're still in with teams that have got big pools. There's big teams in this league. So we're competing at a level where it's more of an even playing field. And I think we don't know how tough it's been for them trying to recruit this summer. But I think this, for me now, is this signing has tipped it into more of a positive window. Definitely. I think I was a bit underwhelmed. I think we was all waiting for something big to happen. Obviously, we heard Ashton we're going to sort of make a real charge at this league and we're going to go for it, and never really felt like you weren't really backed at all. But now I think this really takes us back into a strong window that we've had. And I think it's a position that I don't think, like Mark said, I think Burgess hasn't done anything wrong, but this guy ain't sitting on the bench. When he's fully fit, you know, we said I think the same about Williams. Brandon Williams is and you look at Clark, you think, what's Clark done wrong? Not a lot. He's come in, he's played well. He's carrying.
Yeah, look, Reading Tractor, brilliant comment. And Lewis Robertson said this back in the summer. We can't be emotionally attached to current players. Ashton and McKenna know that we need to keep adding better quality, adding competition, and see what happens. And he's right there, isn't he, Phil? I know we're obviously, and I've said before more than once, that this group of players, they've achieved something that we haven't done anything for the last 20 years. You know, we got promoted to the Premier League. And then since then, obviously, we got relegated, administration. It's been a gradual decline, you know. So this group of players have achieved something, but you just have to be ruthless in football. If we want to get to where we all want to get to, which is the Premier League, not everyone's coming on the journey, Phil.
No, sadly not. And I think that at the moment, he's practically, I'm saying we've got a squad now of about 28, 29 players. That's a really big squad of players. That's a healthy squad of players, and it's a squad of players that's going to give each other competition as the season progresses. And I'll say again, you know, both for league and cup, you know, let's hope. You know, we do enjoy a good cup run this season. It's been a really long time, you know, since we had a really, really good cup run. And I'd like to think that we can also do that with this squad of players. But the league is the bread and butter. And, you know, when we sort of away from the cup competitions, I think that, you know, there's going to be 2 players, you know, banging on the manager's door for every position. And that's going to give Kieran a real headache as the season progresses. And it's just really nice to see.
I think, when does the Wolves game fall, Craig? Is it after the Blackburn home game? Is it the 26th? I think Tuesday.
26th, yeah. So
you think we've got obviously 3 league games before that game. Potentially, I think that's 2.5 weeks away. Could that be a debut for Tuanzebe that night?
I would see him starting alongside Baggett.
Yeah.
I think obviously Edmondson was the mistake for the Reading goal. I guess the question is Edmondson now below Baggett as well? I would say I've been more impressed with Baggett than I have Edmondson in the games I've seen this season. But yeah, I'd say the 26th, I'd say he's going to be the first time you potentially could see him in a Town shirt starting.
Yeah, look, we've got some great comments in the chat. It's bloody absolutely flying tonight. I'll pick a few out. Michael Brown says, if Luton Town and Coventry City can reach the playoff final at Wembley, given where they've been in the lower leagues, it is not beyond the realms of possibility. Town can make the top 6. Phil, what do you think?
Well, I'm starting to believe we're going to finish in the top 2. Like,
hang on. That's all just.
It's a long season. It's a long season.
Onto both your heads. He did actually say, everyone. He did actually say top 2 at the start of the season. Then got a bit flaky 5 games in and said, "Oh, I don't think we get." Now look, we've signed the Premier League defender, and there it is. It's back on.
It is. It's back on. I think it is. I think for me as well. When you look at the likes of Luton, they haven't necessarily got the best players, but they've got the squad cohesion. They're all in it together. They're a tight-knit group, and we've got that. And
Lewis is right. Luton and Coventry was a gradual build over a couple of seasons at Championship level. Chill, guys.
It was, but there's nothing in the games that I've seen so far. The 5 games that we've had, we've played some good teams, and I don't think at any point we've really been dominating and sort of. Well, I've looked at that team and gone, Christ, we are a cut below them. We're a level below. We are on the same level of these teams, and if we carry on doing it, and now with this signing coming in, we're not going to get steamrolled this year. I honestly think we will be there. And the thing as well is, like I said to you, Rich, my top 2 take was on the fact that I don't believe Ashton and McKenna will sit still. If we are in the mix come January, they'll go again. They won't wait and say, we'll wait for the summer and we built, and they will go again. And I based it on the 2 transfer windows. And obviously, I was a bit flaky because obviously I was underwhelmed with the transfer window as a whole at that point. But now I think this has taken us to where we needed to be. So, yeah.
Right, we've got 2 minutes because Gov wants to go to bed. He said 9:30, so we've got 2 minutes. So you're happy with the transfer window now. You were a little bit underwhelmed. What about you, Phil? How are you feeling now compared to, say yesterday?
I feel even better, mate. I mean, for me, this play, Axel for me is a real coup, and he's gonna really enhance that defensive back line. And when he comes into the team, which I'm sure he will at some point, happy days for me. And we're just now missing that kind of marquee Premier League striker. Hopefully, we can get one in January.
Well, I was going to say we might have to wait for January. Michael Brown, the only downside for Ipswich will be the January transfer window. If struggling Premier League clubs fighting relegation may try and sign some of our standout players. I do get that, Craig, but I think they'll see the project at Town and they'll be sticking with what they've got than rather go and.
Yeah, and I think they're taking a risk in going. I think you look at the players like who realistically in the current starting 11 would be off. You're potentially looking at maybe Davis.
Yeah, but I think that would probably be the summer. Lee Anderson, great comment. Will we ever see all this summer signing starting in the league together?
I don't think we're far away. I think Taylor, looking at Taylor coming on against Cardiff, I don't think he'll be able to see.
Is Lee including Slicker in that?
No. Honestly, he's looking at the 3, isn't he? So, yeah, Taylor's going to come in at some point, and I think Williams and Tuanzebe they'll be in. We will finish the season with those 3 in the starting 11.
He says no for Slicker. Anyone? Any other business, Phil?
Just one more thing. I I've got to stick my hands up and say that I've turned into a hypocrite today because I realised that I can't go to the Southampton game because I'm going to be in London all day the day after on the Wednesday, so I can't go to Southampton. But I got myself a Sheffield game.
Oh, hang on! I thought the boys. I'm not on Sunday, but Matt and Martin will be touching on the ticket fiasco. I was hoping Phil was going to say there that he's bought a ticket and he can't go, but he's going to keep the point and sell it.
No, no, I've got a coach ticket. I'm going on the coach. It's just, I just turned into a hypocrite today. When I thought, shit, I kind of realised it yesterday more. I thought, what the heck am I doing? Can't go. I want to go to Southampton, but I can't because it'd just be too much. But looking forward to the Sheffield game and, looking forward to the Huddersfield game and hopefully I have enough points for the Norwich away game late this season.
Hopefully you will be there. Anyway, thank you for your contribution tonight, Phil. Brilliant as usual. Great debut from Craig. Hopefully you'll come again. Weren't too nervous, were you?
I'm all right now. Settled in.
It's easy. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Gov and Martin back with a flagship show, 1:30 on Sunday. And until then, enjoy the sun tomorrow. All the best. You make me smile when I think of you. If I